Hello there. In this video we are going to create an echo server whose goal is to return the messages that it receives from a client. Same message is returned back by prefixing it with server and the message that comes from the client. And this server would be written in such a way that it can receive any message coming from the client. So same way there will be echo client, which will take message from user and it will be sending that message to the server, and then it will be receiving the server response back and it will be printing on the output screen. So with this goal in mind, let's go and create the first class called public class echo server, and let's save this on desktop again, and let's call this file as echo server.java. Now let's go ahead and write a public static void main, and let's also add a throws clause here, and along with that let's also go ahead and do an import for java.net.star, and we need to do import.java.io.star. So since this is a server, we need to create a server socket object, and let's create a new server socket, and let's by default run it on port number 5000. And after we create the server socket, let's listen for a client connection. So we do ss.accept. So whenever a client connects, we'll be getting the server object back. Now goal of this server is to continuously listen to the client, and it has to respond back to client with a message, same message that comes from the client. So that means we need a while loop here. So let's go with a while loop, and what we need to do is we need to create two streams before proceeding with the loop. So let's do a buffer reader br equals new buffered reader, and this will need input stream reader, and we'll pass s.get input stream. So this way we get a buffered reader, and same way let's get, rather than using the buffered writer this time, let's go with print stream. Br equals new print stream, and this will be good to go with s.get output stream. So print stream is something that we'll be using to send messages to client, and let's pass it a second argument that is true. This true means we want to do auto flush. So now server is waiting for the messages from client, so let's do br.read line. So this will be read in a string variable, and once we get the message, let's first print the message, and this message is coming from client here, and we do msg. And once we get the message, we want to write the message back, br.println, and we say server colon plus msg. So this message will be written back and sent back to the client. So that's it for the server side. Let's go ahead and try to compile our program. So java c echo server .java. So echo server isn't saved on the desktop. Let's try to save it again. So we need to click the desktop here, and then we need to save echo server. Now it's saved, so let's do a java c echo server, and this got compiled. Now let's go ahead and create a client in a similar fashion. So let's create a new file, public class echo client, public static void main, and let's also add throws clause, and we say throws exception. Let's save this as echo client.java, and let's add bunch of import statements here once again. So these are the statements we have added. And now what we need to do is we need to create a socket object specify the server address, which we can say is localhost, and we need to give a port number. Let's go with the 5000. So once we get the socket object, let's again get buffer reader, new input stream reader, and we do s dot get input string. Same way, let's try to get a print stream, and print stream directly works with s dot get output stream, and let's make it auto flush. So this will be good enough. So now we need to use another class called scanner. New scanner system.in. Now scanner class actually comes from java.util package. So what we need to do is we'll be writing a while loop here as well, and let's say enter your message, and we get string msg equals sc.read. So once we read the message, we want to send it to the server, so we do er.println, and we say message. So this is the message going to server. Once this message goes, we'll be doing er.readline, and that is what will be outputting, and this will keep on going. So let's go ahead and compile our echo client. Okay, so there is some spelling mistake, it seems. In output I have missed D, so that is first mistake. Let's see the other one. The other one is sc.read. So we need to fix it with read line. Let's go ahead and compile our code. Sorry, the function that is available in scanner is next function. That is what gives us the next string. So now if we compile, this program compiles successfully. So let's go ahead and launch another terminal. One will be running the server, another will be running the client. So now if we say Java echo server, so we need to go to desktop, Java echo server, it starts the server, and in another stream we do Java echo client. So it is asking for a message, so we say hi server, and we can see server sends us back a message called hi. Now it's asking to send another message, how are you doing? So how are you doing goes to the server, and as we can see it is going as separate messages. But still our program seems to work. We are able to send a message. This is my message. So let's put that like this. So this behavior is happening because we have used next method. And what next actually does, it reads strings one by one. So ideally we should have used next line so that we are able to send the complete line to the server from the client. So let's go ahead and stop our program. Let's stop this program also, and let's clear it and do java c echo server .java, and we do java echo server, and here we go ahead and do java c echo client .java, and we do java echo client. So it's asking for a message. This is a hi from me. That is what client is saying, and server is responding back by saying this is hi from me. Now, hey server, what are you up to? So as you can see, server echoes the message back to the client. So that's all. We are up and running with our client server echo server program. Now let's try to see what happens if we run one more client and we try to connect to the same server. So go to desktop, do java echo client, and this client is also up and running. We say hey server, but nothing seems to be happening here. But if we write this here, what happens? Server is responding back. And reason behind this behavior is, right now our server is not a multi-threaded one. So even though client has been able to successfully connect to the server, still server is busy listening to the request from this client because server is doing a wait on this call. So we will see in next video how to address this issue where a server can handle requests from multiple clients.